Late one night, Emma sat in her dimly lit apartment, the glow of her computer screen her only company. She had just moved into the old building, a grand but decaying structure on the edge of town where the halls smelled faintly of mildew and dust. She didn't mind, though. It was cheap, and she'd always liked the quiet. She'd been unpacking when she noticed something odd. There was a door at the end of the hallway that wasn't on the building's floor plan. It was an old wooden door, worn with age and yet perfectly intact, no dust or cobwebs to be seen. Curious, she had tried the handle, but it was locked. That was 2 days ago. Now, with her mind restless from being alone too long, she found herself staring at that door again. The silence in the apartment was thick, almost suffocating. She glanced at the clock. 2:13 a.m. Too late to be wandering around, she thought, but her curiosity gnawed at her. She grabbed a hairpin and tried it in the lock. It took some time, but after a few tries, she heard a soft click. Her pulse quickened as she slowly turned the knob, the door creaking open with a sound that felt too loud for the stillness. Inside was a small, dusty room. There was no furniture, just a single mirror hanging on the wall. The strange thing, though, was that the mirror was unlike any she had seen before. It wasn't a normal reflection. Instead of her own face, she saw a room, an exact replica of hers, but different. The furniture was slightly off, the colours were muted, and in the corner there was a figure standing, just out of focus. She couldn't make out its face, but she felt it was staring directly at her. Her heart hammered in her chest, and she stumbled backward, slamming the door shut. For a moment, she stood there, gasping for air, trying to shake the feeling that something was horribly wrong. Then she heard it. A faint scraping sound coming from the other side of the door. Slowly it grew louder, like nails running across wood. The sound stopped abruptly, followed by the unmistakable click of the door handle. Emma froze. It couldn't be. She was the only one in the building. But when she slowly opened the door again, the room was empty. No mirror, no figure. Only the plain, vacant space. But the feeling remained. That sense of being watched, the distant scraping sound. Emma closed the door, and this time she locked it, though she wasn't sure why. That night she tried to sleep, but the sound of scratching outside her bedroom door kept her up until dawn. She hadn't left the apartment in 3 days, and when she finally did, the building's old, creaky hallway looked different. As if it were stretching, shifting, bending in ways she couldn't explain. She never went near that door again, but every now and then as she walked down the hall, she'd catch a glimpse of it out of the corner of her eye. A faint, blurry figure standing just behind it, waiting.